What's going on, everybody? I wanted to welcome you back to the channel, and I wanted to give you some insight into how I trade and how you can also follow how I trade so that you can make better decisions on when to get in and out of a stock. So this is a stock, NIO, that is a Chinese electric car maker. Now, I got into this stock after doing some research and finding out that they were the #2 electric car maker. So when making my decision to get into this stock, one of the first things that I checked was the stock chart. And as my rule, I always try to get into a stock when it's going up on heavy volume, coming out of a consolidation area, and making new highs. So as you can see in this chart right here, what I've done is I've circled every time that I've gotten into the stock. The first time that I got into the stock was on July the 2nd. And as you can see here, it was coming out of a consolidation period, which is when a stock runs up, comes back down, goes sideways, and then works its way back up to cross over the previous high. And I circled the volume chart. And as you can see, this volume bar is heavier than all of these other volume bars. And what you want to look for in a consolidation when the stock is going sideways is that the volume is going down and building momentum to come back up again. Now, as you can see, after the stock ran up on heavier volume, the stock ran up to its peak, came back down again, started going sideways, and as it's going sideways, the volume has dropped again. And then as it started going back up, building momentum, the volume jumps and the stock price jumps. And as you can see here, the stock price dropped with a high of 1644 on 7/13, and then went over 1634 to a high of 1787 on this day. So this time, because I saw the stock go through a consolidation and go up on heavier volume, I bought 15 shares on this day. I bought 35 shares on this day. And once again, the stock has run up, come down, consolidated with low volume, start building momentum to come back up again. And as of today, the stock is at $28.99. Another thing that I would like to mention is as these stocks break out into new highs and go higher, you'll notice that anytime that the stock has dropped, the stock has never dropped below the purchase price, which is the importance of buying the stock while it's going up on heavy volume, so that way when the stock does come back down again, the stock will have support going down where the stock first went up on heavy volume. And as you can see on this same thing, the stock has gone up, but as it dropped, it never went below the lowest point of my purchase day. By sticking to this, you will ensure yourself a better trade and a higher probability of making money in that trade. Now, for those of you who are struggling with finding investments or investment ideas, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 50 companies showing strong relative price strength and top-notch fundamentals and earnings. Now, mind you, these are not recommendations to buy or sell anything. All I'm doing is giving you suggestions on companies that you could do more research on. And I'll just scroll through them slowly so that you can get to see all of them. So that way you can go back and watch this video again and take notes or pause it just in case you want to write down some of these stocks, symbols, and names so that you can go back and do your research. And I wanted to point out one stock in particular, which is this, Innovative Industry Properties. For those of you wanting to get into a marijuana stock, this would be my suggestion over the stocks that actually sell marijuana. This stock purchases land and leases it to the growers of marijuana. That way they have no overhead as far as paying people to grow it and cultivate it. So this would be my bet for the best marijuana stock. And as you can see, it covers a wide range of industries: pharmaceuticals, financials, computer software, education, gaming, and a whole host of other industries. Computer chips, which will be big in the coming future because everything is going electronic. Fortinet, which makes cybersecurity software. PayPal, which makes payment systems. D.R. Horton, which is a home builder. So hopefully this list will help in giving ideas on what to invest in after doing some research. And as I've said before, after looking at a stock chart, you want to check the fundamentals of a company, making sure that they have good earnings over 25%, return on equity at least 17% or more, and sales at least 25% or more. And then after checking this, what I like to do is go back and check what other companies are in the same industry. Because usually when stocks move up, they move up in groups. And so I like to find out what other companies are in the same group to find out which ones are the leaders. Now I'm using Investors Business Daily's stock checkup to find out what are the top 5 companies that they screen in the industry. And as you can see, Advanced Micro Devices is their first choice for the top company. And I've done research on the other companies also. And when using this, one of the best ways to determine whether your stock has support to go up is looking at percent change of funds owning stock, which is 3%, and quarters of increasing ownership. This right here will give you an indication of the support that your stock has to push it higher. Because in order for your stock price to go up, you need mutual funds and investment banks to increase their ownership in the stock to push the price up. So if you can get those things down, watching your charts, making sure you get in on good entries with the price going up on heavy volume, volume above 30% of normal, and investing in top ranked stocks with good fundamentals and earnings, you will increase your probability of having a profitable trade. So that's all for now. If you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment. If you found this information helpful, make sure that you subscribe and hit the like button. I'll end it there, and I will see you guys on the next recording.